Seeing a lot of sun out there this Saturday morning. Yeah, it's cold though. Temperatures are still lifting out of the single digits into the teens, and we can expect the low 20s towards this afternoon. Good morning. I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. Still waking up today. It's 10:16. Yeah, beautiful day. The horses are out working out at Turfway Park. That's the bottom left camera that you see there. Traffic moving slowly on the camera, the middle top one. That's our Queen's Gate cam. And something we're going to be monitoring over your weekend. While it's going to be cold, we did have a little bit of that snow melting yesterday, and so refreeze. We saw that happen overnight, and you'll see those slick spots stick around as well, at least the untreated ones. Here's briefly what we're expecting heading over the next few days, which, yes, it's going to be cold this weekend. We woke up to single-digit lows. Tomorrow morning, still seeing the snow in the forecast. We'll unpack that here in a second. Now, Monday and Tuesday, warm up. Yeah, 30s and 40s. It's not necessarily going to be warm, but we're at least taking it in the right direction. And then we're watching out for a little bit of rain towards the midweek. That'll really help start that snow melt process. Now, we are all out of the single digits now. Hillsborough and Connorsville at 10 degrees, whopping 10 degrees right now Saturday. Yeah, we're on our way into the low 20s this afternoon. We've got a nice breeze coming in from the north that's noticeable. It's not extreme, but it is going to be enough to keep these temperatures from getting much warmer. We do have wind chills being reported just below zero out of Wilmington, near zero in Lebanon and Hillsborough. So we're still holding on to that cold weather advisory, and that'll be allowed to expire at noon. You're going to see the sun today. You're seeing it. You will continue to see it. Maybe a few afternoon clouds with your high of 22, but that's it. As we head into your morning or your late morning, we're going to be slowly lifting out of the teens, entering the low 20s. I mean, it's winter coat worthy all day. You'll want to have the snow boots too, just because we had the snow moving through yesterday. But we're not adding any snow today. Tomorrow's a different story because we do have a good band of snow coming off of Lake Michigan. So our higher resolution model is doing a pretty good job of picking up on this. It's going to be carrying through in the morning. Not everyone's going to see it, but the nature of lake effect snow, even this far away from the lake, I mean, it's going to be trekking all across Indiana from Lake Michigan into our tri-state area. But what's going to happen is where we do see the snow band kind of pulling on through, we could see a couple of inches. I'm not expecting much more than that. It's not going to be anything too huge. We consider it minor accumulations, but 50 miles west, those snowfall totals will dramatically drop off. Same thing with the east. Same thing. You guys kind of get the point. Lake effect is kind of that feast or famine forecast. We'll unpack it here in a second, but right now it kind of looks like those north and east of Cincinnati are kind of under our greatest concern, for lack of a better term, for that snow arriving. That's going to be tomorrow, about a 40%. And as we step into next week, I know we have the chance for some rain on Wednesday. Now that chance for rain is dropping. The trend is that the rain and the moisture is pulling farther south. What that means for us, while we are looking drier in this forecast, we are looking colder. That's not maybe sound to many people, but it is the trend that we are watching. Okay, so your forecast high today, Saturday. Let's get you out the door. 22, your forecast high. Watch out for the slick roads and sidewalks. Anything that melted yesterday has refrozen. And of course, we will remain freezing towards the afternoon and into your evening. Now the snow, let's eye the timing a little bit more. We're seeing this in the morning, early morning. We're talking before the sun is even risen, at least for most of us. And then while we're going to hold on to that 20% chance, I think the heaviest snow will be done by the late morning. It really just depends on that band, which here's your latest info. Mostly sunny skies for today and cold. Tomorrow, mainly the snow. But those clouds are going to thicken up overnight. Notice we're still dry by 3. Here's 6 o'clock in the morning. Notice it's a band of snow. Not everyone's going to see it, but those of us that do, notice the orientation of this thing. It's going to be moving from northwest to southeast, which means those who are under this band of snow, you guys will continue to be under the band of snow for a few hours. So right now the band of snow is eyeing far north and east of downtown. But small changes in the track of this thing will make for big changes in the snowfall totals. We always want to emphasize that. But notice by about noon into your afternoon, the snow will come to a stop. I'm going to show you once again what it looks like because, I mean, notice the south and west of Cincinnati. not going to see anything with this. It's just north and east. But notice where it does arrive and where it continues. And that is why we're seeing such a big difference in snowfall totals from, say, Wilmington to Cincinnati and certainly down to Vivi. Let me actually just show you guys right now what we're tracking here. I mean, it's not impressive. Minor accumulations altogether, but those of us that are under that band of snow will see a couple of inches of snow, maybe a little bit more. That's where it's kind of eyeing Wilmington and Hillsborough. But notice not too far down the road is Lebanon, less than an inch or about an inch. And just a little bit farther down the road is Cincinnati, a dusting. So very big changes in the forecast will happen if the track changes. However, we've got a good idea that this is going to be moving from northwest to southeast. And regardless, I mean, this is not considered anything major. It's just enough to be quite a nuisance for those north and east. I would expect travel troubles along 75 and along 71 north tomorrow morning with the snow coming on through. Let's see if there are any questions coming on in. And Melvin's tuning in. Hi, Erin. Is it going to warm up next week? Yeah, it's going to get a little bit warmer. Well, let's go into the 7 to 10 day, but it's not going to be as warm as what I'm tracking in the 10 day. Again, we and I have changed this forecast a little bit because the chance for rain, it looks like it's pulling farther south in the midweek. Great if you don't want the rain, not great if you want the warmer temperatures. It's still going to be warmer. That Arctic air is going to go back to where it belongs. It's just a matter of that rain does bring in warmer air. Those things go hand in hand at this time of year. You need the warm air to produce the rain. And because we're not seeing the rain, it's likely we're not going to see as warm as temperatures. But rain chances go up. You can see the temps go up too. That's kind of the joy in this. Regardless, today is the coldest day out of the next 10. 22 your forecast high, 25 your forecast high tomorrow after a morning in the single digits. It's going to be cold in the morning. It's going to be snowy in the morning for some, not for everybody. Monday, 36, partly cloudy skies. Tuesday, your pick day, 44. You'll be able to be outside and be pretty comfortable. Might be a little bit, it's a heat wave. 38 for Wednesday, though. Notice that rain pulls on through, and it does bring in colder temperatures for the second half of the week. 36 Thursday, 32 Friday, and then Valentine's Day next weekend. Looks like we break back into the 40s, if not middle 40s, by a little over a week from today. JD saying, I see the sun today. What is the weather for Canton tomorrow morning? For Canton, cold. You guys are always cold up that direction. Okay, the time now is 10:23. Let's talk a little bit more about what that midweek rain is going to look like, because while we are tracking warmer temperatures, that warm air really just depends on how far north that weather maker is able to travel. Because what weather makers do, what happens is it's like an exchange of moisture and temperatures. You can think of it that way. In order to see big changes in temperature, whether that's up or down, warm or cold, you have to have a weather maker to do it, or at least typically you do, at least the big drastic changes. But because that weather maker is pulled farther south, I'm not seeing as dramatic of temperatures in the midweek. It's not to say it's not going to be warmer, but notice middle 30s, maybe a 44 on Tuesday, depending on the rain. But the trend here is that the midweek rain has pulled farther south. And with that, what that means for us, we're on the colder side of that weather maker. It does mean for colder temperatures, but if we see it go north, that would bring in chance for rain, but also these warmer temps too. So here's what I'm seeing. I want to show you guys what this looks like. So Wednesday, we've been eyeing Wednesday as a chance for spotty showers, and there's still a chance because there's always uncertainty in where this storm is going to be lining up. But notice the rain, the moisture, looks like it's going to be south of us entirely. And notice there's a chance once again on Thursday. It kind of looks like a parade of systems is going to be just riding south of the tri-state, and we're going to get the very northern edge of this here and there. That's why we have chances for both rain and snow Wednesday and Thursday, but both of them look very light. No washouts in that forecast, but should the track of those storms change, that will of course change our forecast a little bit more. Okay, let's see if we have any more questions. No more questions coming on in. Okay, the time now is 10:25. We unpacked a lot in this forecast. We'll have more information for you guys about that snow ban for tomorrow morning. Anna will have the forecast right here on all of our platforms for Fox 19 Now Plus. That'll be coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. But for now, signing off here in Queensgate, I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. Thank you so much for tuning in this Saturday morning. Stay warm and have a great rest of your day.